Online learning is exhausting. It's overwhelming and confusing. I used to be such a good teacher. What's happening to me? Hello? I was just thinking the same thing. Learning new things is so hard. That is a great idea. Huzzah! I am so going to rock this. Exhibit A, a teacher in her natural element collaborating with colleagues. School is in session. Let the learning commence. This week, you'll continue reading Hotel on the Corner of Bitter and Sweet. Our focus will be on vocabulary. To begin, visit the Materials section of your Language Arts page on Schoology. Select the Online Learning folder, which hopefully won't be as blurry. In the Week 5 folder, you'll see Week 5 LA Instructions. In the instructions, you'll find slides for each day of the week. Introducing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Each set of slides will include assigned reading and corresponding activities. As you're reading, you might come across a few words you don't know. Okay, maybe more than a few. Oh no, maybe there are way too many new words. And a lot of these words are really difficult. I mean, filial piety, coalesce, geoduck. Oh my. Wait, I'm a teacher. I could probably help with that. Of course. Right. I totally remembered that. This quarantine business isn't affecting my thinky thingy in the slightest. Pull yourself together. You will probably fail. Failing is part of the process. Also, why do I have the smaller bubble? Oh dear. I'm the only one who even does anything. I find things to fear. That's something, isn't it? Listen here, lady. I'm the only reason you even have a teaching certificate to begin with. If it were up to that clown, you'd still be telemarketing and selling knives to your third cousins twice removed. Simpler times. You're the teacher, for crying. So teach. There's no need to be vociferous. I have no idea what that means, but based on context clues, I'm going to infer that it's a synonym for helpful, smart, and classy. More like antonym. Context clues, inferences, synonyms, antonyms. I know what to do. Great, do it. Also, don't think I've forgotten about the whole bubble situation. I've got this. The teacher has entered the building. When it comes to figuring out a word you don't know, it's all about context clues. Synonyms, antonyms, inferences, and definitions. Again, that's synonyms, antonyms, inferences, and definitions. First up, synonyms. Syn means same, and nym means name. Hey, that kind of rhymes. Syn means same, and nym means name. Syn means same, and nym means name, and that's how we play the vocab game. Just saying. Let's check the book for some examples. The old Seattle landmark was a place he'd visited twice in his lifetime. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking landmark probably means place. Folks, we have a winner. A landmark is a feature of a town that is easily recognized. And hypothetically, if you were going to make a vocab chart, it might look something like this. Hotel on the corner of bitter and sweet, vocabulary and context, otherwise known as vocab chart. First column, vocabulary word and sentence from the novel. Landmark, the old Seattle landmark, was a place he'd visited twice in his lifetime. Next column, clue words, Seattle and place. The third column, type of context clue, is where you put the kind of context clue you used to figure it out. We used a synonym. And the final column, what does this word mean? Well, it's a feature of a town that is easily recognized. Next up, antonyms. Ant means opposite. I know there was an example here somewhere. Aha! Henry followed right behind, shuffling his feet so as not to step on anyone. It sounds to me like shuffling sure doesn't mean stomping. So I might take out my vocab chart and... In the first column, I'd write shuffling. Henry followed right behind, shuffling his feet so as not to step on anyone. For the clue words in the second column, I'd write not step on anyone. Type of context clue, antonym. And what does the word mean? Walk by dragging one's feet. Did somebody say inferences? When we infer, we figure out what a word probably means. Even then, the old bachelor hotel had stood as a gateway between Seattle's Chinatown and Nihonmachi, Japantown. Bachelor hotel? Ha! Maybe in olden days. Today it would be... Getting back to the vocab chart, in the first column, we write the vocabulary word and the sentence from the novel. In the second column, the clue words. In the third column, the type of context clue, inference. And the fourth, what the word means. And finally, definitions. Sometimes we look out, and the meaning of the word is right there next to it. The Confucian ideal of filial piety, respect and reverence for one's parents, was a cultural relic not easily discarded by Henry's generation. In the first column, we write filial piety and the sentence from the novel. In the second, we write the clue words, respect, parents. In the third, the type of context clue, which is definition. And the fourth, what the word means. So far, so good? Let's see if we can find a few to do together. She now had a gorgeous view of Lake Washington and was interred with Seattle's other Chinese notables like Bruce Lee and his own son, Brandon. But in the end, each of them occupied a solitary grave. Let's take a closer look. She was interred, but in the end, each of them occupied a solitary grave. Interred probably means the same thing as grave. In fact, to inter means to put a corpse in a grave or tomb. How morbid. Does morbid mean practical and professional? Not exactly. Are you still fixating on this bubble business? Does fixating mean planning to fix it? I told you, it's the angles. In the first column, we place the vocabulary word and the sentence from the novel. In the second, the clue words. In the third column, the type of context clue, in this case, inference. And in the fourth column, what the word means. Now you try a few. A melancholy he hadn't felt since he'd held Ethel's hand and watched her exhale long and slow for the last time. A melancholy he hadn't felt since he watched her exhale for the last time. Now pause the video to give yourself a moment to figure it out. I'm practicing self-care. I'm practicing self-care. Oh, let's go. In the first column, you probably put melancholy along with the sentence from the novel. In the second column, watched her exhale for the last time. For the type of context clue, it's an inference, and melancholy means deeply sad. Here's another one for practice. A downpour of medical bills, a torrent that lasted nearly a decade. A downpour of medical bills, a torrent that lasted nearly a decade. Now pause the video to give yourself a moment to figure it out. 99 messages on Schoology, 99 messages from you. In the first column, torrent, along with the sentence from the novel, the clue word, downpour, the type of context clue, synonym, and the meaning is a heavy rain. Okay, last one. I'm graduating summa cum laude. That means with highest honor. I'm graduating summa cum laude. That means with highest honor. Now pause the video to give yourself a moment to figure it out. You're back. Let's check your thinking. In the first column, summa cum laude with the sentence from the novel. In the second column, the clue words, probably graduating, highest, honor. In the third column, the type of context clue is a definition, and the word means graduating with highest honor. And it's not even your birthday. I guess it could actually be your birthday. In which case, happy birthday! We all chipped in and bought you this lovely definition. Speaking of presents, this week you get to make a vocab chart. Good thing you know how to do it. On Friday, you'll submit your chart on the Schoology. After you submit your chart, you should watch the short video that reviews this week's reading. Then you get to take the quiz. Before you start your vocab chart, it might be helpful to review the PowerPoint on context clues. It can be found in your online learning folder. We will definitely have plenty of question and answer time during office hours. Also, it never hurts to reread the instructions. Slowly, aloud, repeatedly, with feeling. The reality is, during times of distress and uncertainty, our brains don't work as well. Alas, it's not exactly the optimal time to be learning new skills. And if you happen to put your car keys in the mailbox or call your kid by your cat's name, well, we can be compassionate with ourselves and others. We did it! No, there is definitely more legroom in here. I told you, it's the lighting. Okay, get to work, Gators, and have a wonderful week.